Section 7, Chairperson Lee Yeager has called the required people out to home plate for the pregame instructions. Calvin Castine at Chip Cummings Field on the campus of SUNY Plattsburgh. It's the last day in May 31st, 2012. This is Section 7, Class D, Championship Baseball. It's the defending champions, Chazy Central Rural School Eagles, and the unbeaten number 1 seeded Crown Point Panthers. We're going to tell you right from the very start, we're not going to be here for the entire game unless it's a real quick one. We've got a commitment to cover the Langlois dance recital in Peru at 7 p.m. So 6 o'clock we've got to be in our vehicle and heading out, so we won't get there late and have to struggle to find a parking spot. So stick around, we got some baseball coming up, and we'll try to remember to tell you who won when we get to the end of it. Well, it was there a second ago. And Bob Getz' head was peering over the top of the dugout, but he has disappeared into the crowd here at Chip Cummings Field. He's harassing assistant coach John Coyer. There goes Bob Getz. We're about to get the introduction of the lineups. We'll listen in.
Now let's meet the visitors in today's contest, the Eagles of Chazy.
First up will be the Eagles.
Starting with the reserve players. Number 1, Justin Roy.
Justin Roy. Those are non-starters.
Number 4, Dylan Garrow.
Dylan Garrow.
Number 5, Jordan Barrier.
And Jordan Barrier.
And now the starting lineup for the Chazy Eagles. Leading off and catching the senior, number 16, Austin Santor.
The catcher, Austin Santor. Kyle Bissonette got a egg on the noggin yesterday. Is pitching.
Number 8, Michael Reba.
Mike Reba's at first base.
Batting cleanup, playing center field, a junior, number 7, Nathan Reynolds.
The winning pitcher in the semifinal game, Nate Reynolds, is in center field today. Jacob Kennedy is at third base. Craig Botten is at short.
Playing left field, sophomore, number 15, Alec Lapierre.
Alec Lapierre is in left field.
Batting 8th, playing right field, a sophomore, number 19, Nick Averill.
Nick Averill will be in right field.
Batting 9th, playing second base, a sophomore, number 14, Hayden Gay.
And Hayden Gay is your second baseman.
The Eagles are coached by Brian Norcross, assisted by John Coyer and Joe Fish. Team bat boy is Ben Norcross.
All right, even the bat boy gets introduced. Brian Norcross, John Coyer, Joe the Fish, and the bat boy, young Norcross.
Sophomore, number 6, Calvin Arno.
Calvin Arno.
McIntosh.
And Jordan McIntosh. I'm going to write down these first names.
For the Panthers from Crown Point. Leading off, playing first base, the senior, number 10, Tanner Macy.
Tanner Macy, first baseman.
Batting second and on the mound, the senior, number 12, Nate Tabor.
Nate Tabor.
Batting third and catching, the junior, number 13, Mike Duchesne.
Mike Duchesne, the catcher. Tabor, the pitcher.
The junior, number 5, John Spalding.
John Spalding, the center fielder.
Batting fifth at shortstop, a junior, number 2, Gabe Macy.
Gabe Macy. Shortstop.
Batting sixth at second base, a sophomore, number 1, Jace Spring.
Jace Spring, second baseman.
Playing third base, a junior, number 3, Dan Grosjean.
Dan Groshans.
Batting 8th, playing
third
left
base.
field, sophomore, number 9, Joe Foote.
Joe the Foot, left field.
Ninth, playing right field, a freshman, number 18, Robbie Macy.
And Robbie Macy is the right fielder.
By Randy Pertate, assisted by Dave Potter and Travis Tabor.
All right, Pertate, Potter, Tabor are the coaches.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with our national anthem.
The Star Spangled Banner. Play ball. Everybody introduced except the officials. Well, not the official, I guess. The visitor scorekeeper, Rosemary Lawton.
Today's contest at first base, Mr. Jerry Kowalski. Third base, Mr. Rick Smith. Behind home plate, Mr. Randy Beagle. Your Section 7 baseball coordinator.
Randy Beagle is behind the plate.
Good luck, gentlemen. Let's play
Jerry K. Kowalski at first and Rick Smith at third base. Those are your officials. Team coach Brian Norcross will be coaching at third. Joe Fish at first base. Austin Santor will lead it off for the Chazy Eagles. And they'll face one of the top pitchers in the area, Nate Tabor. Yesterday, as we're recording this, the Crown Point girls won their 6th consecutive baseball one. Section 7 title. Panther girls, like the Taekwondo, the Sentinels are always there at the end. And Crown Point baseball, they say, hey, Chazy will win it in soccer, we want to win it in baseball. But last year, Chazy won their first ever Section 7 baseball title. And they're back in the finals again this year. So anything can happen. The Panthers are favored, but Chazy is the team that scored 29 runs yesterday in the semifinal. So they proved yesterday they can put the aluminum on the ball. They've got their number one pitcher, Kyle Bissonette, going today. Temperature about 71 degrees at game time. Breeze coming in. That's high. And the count now is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're hoping for a fast-moving game here. As we said, we have to get on the road. We've got commitments. A lot of little dancers are planning on us being there, and their parents too. Well, they're going to have to retrieve it. It's it might have been out of play, but it wasn't off the field, so they couldn't just leave it there. And I'm not sure if the fence is the out of play or if there's an out of play area before the fence. My guess is it's the fence. There's a shot to deep left field. It is going to be caught, however. Well hit ball by Austin Santor. Well hit ball, but the left fielder Joe Foote was able to judge that one. The wind is blowing. A lot of wind in the air. And we'll see if that may or may not make a difference. Here's Kyle Bissonette. And the pitch from Tabor is taken high for a ball. And the pitch is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, and the pitch. Another fly ball, and this one is going to be in for extra bases. It's in the sun field, and the right fielder couldn't get a beat on it. Bissonette heading for third. He's going to be in there with a stand-up triple. A 1 out stand-up triple by Kyle Bissonette. The Eagles are putting the ball in the air. And a windy day, even if the wind doesn't push the ball any further, it can still make it move out there. Here's Mike Reba, the first baseman. And the pitch to him is in there for a strike. Tabor will be challenged here to keep his shutout. He's got a 1 out shutout at the moment. 2, no, off the plate. Well, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and Eagles threatening with a man at third base. Section 7, Class D, as in dog, title at stake. ball 2 on deck. We have the cleanup man, Nate Reynolds. And the pitch to Tabor. Swings at a high one. That probably would have been ball 3. But when the ball's coming at you at 80 miles an hour or more, you got to make up your mind in a hurry. 2-2. That's low. Oh, strike 3. That looked low from here, but we sometimes play those replays and say, oh, that was certainly a strike. So that's called a strike by umpire Beagle. And it's not just any old strike, that's strike 3, so that's 2 down. And Nate Reynolds is up now. So you want to make sure you put the ball in play when you got 1 out. Strike 1. You got 1 out, and the man at third, you want to put that ball in play. We saw Reba swing at a high one earlier. It's better to be swinging at those high ones than to let a strike go, even if it looked like it's kind of low. There's Reynolds chasing after what must have been a curve. So that's 0-2. Tabor ahead on the count. And here's his pitch. It's put into play. Back to Tabor, however. And the Eagles will be scoreless in their half of the first. We're going to go to the bottom of the inning. It's 0-0 on the scoreboard here on viewer-supported hometown cable.
Tanner Macy.
Chazy defense. It's Kyle Bissonette pitching, Austin Santor behind the plate, Mike Reba at first, Caden Gay at second, shortstop Craig Botten, Jacob Kennedy at third, Alec Lapierre, Nate Reynolds, and Nick Averill going from left to right in the outfield. This is Tanner Macy fouling off the first pitch in the bottom half of the first in a scoreless ball game. Section 7, Class D title at stake. As we said at the beginning, Chazy, the defending Class D champions, Crown Point, #1 seeded, unbeaten team this year. Another ball that'll have to be retrieved as it remains on the playing field. Even if it's out of play, a batted ball could end up going over in that area, and you have to know which ball you're chasing here, and you don't want the wrong ball to be accounted for. There's a foul tipped, and it hits that cement backstop and bounces right back. Very nice field here, Chip Cummings Field. Nice place for the Cardinals to call home. He went around. So Macy was fooled. Ball was in the dirt, so it's considered a dropped third strike. But Santor was all over that and put the tag on him. Now we have the pitcher Nate Tabor up for the Panthers. Bissonette Wines delivers. Bissonette a junior, Santor senior. The only other senior in the starting lineup tonight is Mike Reba, the first baseman for Chazy. And Jordan Barrier, non-starter, is also a senior. There's a strike. So it's 3-1. And Tabor was taking all the way, obviously, on a 3-0 pitch. That's high, ball 4. So Tabor walks on 5 pitches. And we're going to get Mike Duchesne, the catcher, up. Bissonette checks the runner. Winds and delivers in the dirt. It's going to make it a man at second with 1 out. Takes off the force. We'll show you that flag here between the next pitch and the following one. The flag is going in several directions, and it's low. This gives you an idea where the wind is. Sometimes it's coming in that direction, other times it's facing toward the plate. That is on the ground. The play is going to be at first. They get him. He tripped. I don't like the way his left foot is hanging there. He may have hurt his ankle or his knee. He tripped on the bag. This is their catcher, so this is a tough player should they lose him this early in the game. This is Duchesne. He is the catcher. And everybody's over there hoping that it's just one of those things that ends up going away in a hurry. And he's able to get on his feet, and hopefully he'll be behind the plate when the next half inning starts. And just because I'm noticing, you see that flag which is facing 180 degrees different moments ago is now facing to the left. It looks like he's going to walk this one off. Walking off gingerly, but I would expect that Duchesne will remain in the game. But the catcher has a tough road back there. He's up and down on every pitch, and sometimes up and down a couple times on one pitch. Cleanup hitter John Spalding will step in. He's the center fielder, and just like Chazy had a man at third base, the Panthers now have a man at third with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Bissonette waiting for umpire Beagle to say play ball. The sign has been given, and Bissonette delivers. It's hit sharply and through the middle. That's a base hit. That's going to chase in the first run of the game, and the Crown Point has jumped out for a 1-0 lead here on the RBI single from John Spalding. And the ball's still alive, and they got him. I don't know if he came off the bag or what. The ball was still alive. Time had not been called. The Eagles were not paying attention. The ball got loose, and Spalding decided to head for second. And he is out at second. Not sure if it was on the initial tag or if he slid off the bag. At any rate, it's one full inning. It's 1-0 in favor of the Panthers here on viewer-supported hometown cable. Duchesne is out there, but he's stepping gingerly. Some gingerly stepping going on. And we got Jacob Kennedy at the plate for the Eagles. He takes a strike to start the second inning in this 1-0 ball game. Section 7 Class D title game. 2012. Here's the pitch. Swings and misses. Strike 2. The 0-2 pitch from Tabor is off the handle. Just barely got enough on that bat on the ball to put it in the air. But at least he made contact. So Kennedy pops it up. Forced Groshans to make a nice play. 1 out, and the shortstop Craig Botten up for Chazy. He takes a ball, apparently off the plate. It was right at belt height. Strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. hit to second. Go to first. And they got him. It's grabbed by Spring. Over to Macy. We have 2 down. Boughton putting it in play. Put the ball in play. Things happen. Here's Alec Lapeer, the left fielder. That's high for ball 1.
Let's go, Alec. Good out back, kid. Let's go. 1-5 we shake, kid. Real face rep. 1-5 we shake. Let's go, Alec.
Strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Nobody on here in the top half of the second inning. Ball, 2 balls and a strike. Nick Averill on deck. That's high for ball 3. Lapeer and Averill, both sophomores. Is striked on the inside corner, or inside part of the plate. Also, Hayden Gay is a sophomore, and Dylan Garrow, the rest, as we mentioned earlier, the seniors. All the ones we didn't mention as juniors and seniors, as sophomores and seniors, are juniors. Ball's out of play. Full count. 2 outs. Nate Tabor winds, delivers. Strike 3. That's the second pitch we've seen in that area that was called for a strike 3. From here, it looks like it's a low strike zone, but if you get the same strike zone for both teams, that's all you can ask for, and it might not even be a low strike zone. It just might be the way it looked from here. As I said earlier, sometimes we look at the replay and say, oh, how could I even have questioned that? It's very obvious that was well within the strike zone. But all you can ask for is a consistent strike zone, and I think we've got it here today. Inning and a half, 1-0 Crown Point. Gabe Macy steps in to lead off the bottom half of the second in this 1-0 ball game. Strike 1 from Bissonnet. Section 7 Class D Championship. Bissonnet delivers. It's fouled and out of play. Way out of play. High fly ball. That wind is going to be troublesome. That wind, it looks like it's dead in center field, but right here, it's really blowing. Look at the flag in center field. Looks like there's nothing going on. But believe me, it's gusting right here, right now. So that was a wind-assisted single for Gabe Macy. Jace Spring now, the second baseman, steps up with a man on and nobody out. So it could have been a routine pop-up. Results in a man on base, and a man on base very often leads to more men on base as the defense worries about that guy at first. It's suspected to be a low-scoring game, so Chazy will be putting a lot of emphasis on anybody who gets on base. That's high. Bissonet's got to concentrate on the batter, however. Now we see that flag whipping out in the center field area. Throw to first. He is back. Jerry Kovaloski, Northern Adirondack graduate. Rick Smith, Denimora graduate, humping on the bases. Randy Beagle, don't know where he graduated from. Just missed. There you know, I think Bissonette wanted that one.
Hey, battle back. 7-4. Let's go. All the way back. Let's go, Kyle. Go, take. Come on, Kyle. All the way back, boys. Make sure it out.
There's a pitch. Strike right down the middle. Nice pitch from Kyle Bissonette. So makes it a 3-1 count. The number 7 hitter on deck. That's high ball 4. So that'll put first and second with nobody out. And it's third baseman Dan Groshans will step in.
Shoulders up, last guy. You're good, dude. Right? Head up, chin up. Let's go. Battle. Make sure it walks.
Strike 1. Bissonette going after him. A bunt to try to advance the runners. It's strike 2. Santor hopping on that in a hurry. Well, it's an 0-2 count. That should eliminate the threat of a bunt, because a bunted foul ball on a third strike is a strikeout. So we would not expect Groshans to be bunting on this one. Throw was into center field. This will put throw to third. Off the mark. And somehow they did not advance to second here. First base coach should have been sending that guy. He's saying, my bad. It certainly is. He should have been sending that fellow. Spring should be standing in at second base right now. It was obvious that throw was going to third. So a pickoff attempt backfires on the Eagles. They've got 2 men in scoring position, and they didn't have to. Crown Point didn't have to give up a sacrifice to put those men in scoring positions. Now they've got 3 outs to get one or both of them in. That's high. A walk would load the bases. It's a 2-2 count. That is fouled. Reaching for it, but he fouled it off. Got a piece of it. That was Reynolds going over. Nope, not Reynolds. Reba went over to say an encouraging word. Strike 3, a little high, but hey, you got to protect that plate. So that's a big strikeout for Chazy. Anytime you can get a strikeout with men in scoring position. Now Joe Foote, the left fielder. Number 8 hitter and number 9 hitter Macy on deck. Robbie Macy. Strike 1. Reynolds can pitch his way out of this one. It will go a long way to building up some confidence for him, but he's got 2 outs to get. Runners at the corners. I've been thinking that it was second and third here, but it's runners at the corners. I forgot that the Panthers did not advance that man to second base. So, swing and a miss, strike 2. And that Man still being at first keeps the door open for a possible double play, although they're relatively rare at the high school level. Strike 3, no, off the plate apparently. Nice height, but off the plate. So that's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Strike 3, Reynolds getting 2 big strikeouts here with runners at the corners. Now Robbie Macy, the right fielder, will step in. Top of the order on deck. So this is obviously with 2 outs. This is a big batter here. You want to make him a hitter. There's a pitch from Bissonette. It's high and tight. Ball 1. Bottom of the second. Foul ball. Coach Brian Norcross sneaking a trip out there to retrieve that foul ball and say a few words to his battery. One nothing to score. Chazy like to keep it close here. That's a ball off the plate. That evens the count. Nope, it's 2-1. 2-1. Ball 3. Now it's 3-1. Top of the order on deck. This is the guy that Bissonette wants to go after here, the number 9 hitter. Nothing personal, Robbie Macy, but this is the guy that Bissonette wants to get. Here's a 3-1 delivery. It's fouled off, strike 2, so we'll have a full count. Another one in the trees. And we're going to have a payoff pitch. Ball 4. So that walks him. Macy draws a walk. He's done his job. And the bags are full now for the Panthers. And Tanner Macy, the first baseman and leadoff hitter, is up for Crown Point. Swings and misses, strike 1. Base is loaded. A 1-0 game. Chazy'd like to leave it there. Ball, nice stop by Santor. That's low. That's ball 2. No place to put him. A walk is a run. Bissonette wants to talk to Santor. Well, let's see what they're saying here. Umpire Beagle says, all right, boys. Keep the game moving. 2 on the count, 2 outs, base is loaded here. Crown Point leading 1-0. Pitch from Bissonette. High, ball 3. Ball 3. In play. Safe at third. Safe at third. As a slow roller, they decided that they had a better shot at third base apparently than to try to get the runner at first. And safe at third. A run scores. It's now 2-0. And Chazy has to be careful about turning this into a big inning here as Nate Tabor steps in. But the base is still full. Ball, Santor stops it. Been a long bottom of the second. How long? 12 minutes and 52 seconds so far. There's a strike. So that's 2 balls and a strike. Tabor walked his first time up there. That's 3-1. And once again, Reynolds has got to get this over the plate. That's fouled off, strike 2. So we'll have a full count. You're watching viewer-supported local television, hometown cable. If you're watching this on cable or on the internet, same story. We need viewer support to keep this programming coming. And we're not getting it. Ball 4. The ball's alive here. Santor is just letting that ball go. He's so upset about ball 4, he was just forgetting about the ball. Just because it's a walk doesn't mean the ball's dead. The ball's still alive. So it's now a 3-0 game, and Brian Norcross has made a trip to the pitching rubber. He wants to keep this from getting any more than 3-0 at this juncture here early in the game. Mike Duchesne steps in, swings at the first offering, hits it well out of play. Shane, the catcher, I didn't notice how he walked up to the plate, if he is limping or not. You can tell by his uniform that he's been face first on the ground. He dove into or tripped over first base his first time up there, and he grounded out. That's strike 2. Bags are still loaded. Crown Point should have got. They're going to hold them up. Oh, Crown Point being cautious on the bases. The number 3 hitters up there. I guess they're trying to show confidence in them. Like 3 called. Like 3 called. That bat went through. Panthers wanted Beagle to check with the umpire Kowalski. He says, I didn't need to check. I saw it. And it's 3-0. They leave the bags loaded. And we're going to the 3rd inning. The defending champions trailing the number 1 seeds by 3. Looks like Muggsy Favreau helping out here, looking for foul balls in the bushes. We got Nick Averill leading off for the Eagles in the 3rd inning. Strike 1. Chazy trailing 3-0 at the moment. Strike 2. 0-2 the count. Just missed. Ball. One-two delivery. Oh, after a high one, but better than going down looking. That would have been ball 2. But it's easier to figure that out when I'm not the guy up there swinging that bat. Hayden Gay, the second baseman, with the top of the order. Austin Santor on that. Timeout. Time is called. No idea why. Dimensions of 350 down the lines. Bunted in to the bleachers. Souvenir for a lucky fan. Not a permanent souvenir, though. You gotta throw it back. 402 to straightaway center, 350 down the lines. Those are the dimensions. That's in the dirt. One ball, one strike, one out. Here's the pitch. Goes after a high one, strike 2. Gay, like Averill, likes those high ones. That's 1 and 2. That's put into play. Fire to first. There you got him. There goes from Tabor over to the first Sacker Macy. 1 of 3 Macy's. You got Tanner Macy at first. Jason, well, just 2 Macy's. No, shortstop is Gabe Macy. Yeah, there's 3 Macy's. Tanner at first, Gabe at short, and Robbie in right field. This is Austin Santor. So they must have been having a Macy's sale somewhere and about 16 years ago in the Crown Point. Well, you know where they are on Thanksgiving, what parade they're watching, huh? A Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, of course. That's for the 3 of you who didn't understand what I was talking about. 1 and 2. That's popped up. Just out of reach, but we do notice that Duchesne is still favoring that ankle, or I think it's an ankle that he hurt when he tripped over first base back in the first inning. 1 and 2, 2 outs. Bissonette, who tripled his first time up, is on deck. There's a line shot, a base hit. 2-out single for Austin Santor. It's congratulated by Joe the Fish. And there's the scoreboard. And the batter is Kyle Bissonette. I think the field announcer just announced Mike Reba, but it's Kyle Bissonette. Strike 1.
Let's go, Kyle. Hook yourself out. Come on, Kyle. What are you right there, kid? What are you saying, kid? Here you go, kid. You're good, Austin. None of this goes, kid. Stop that door. Way to get back, kid. Go over. You gotta be moving. Let's go, Kyle. Let's go, buddy. Here we go, kid. Let's go, Kyle. Let's go, kid.
It's in the dirt. And Santor is now in scoring position.
Let's go. Let's go, buddy. Let's go, dude. You step, buddy. Let's go, dude.
And Duchesne and Tabor are going to chat.
Help yourself out, kid. Come on, Phil. Wait for you, buddy. Wait for you. Let's go, Kyle. Here we go, man. Here we go, dude. Let's go, man. Let's go, Kyle. Let's go, dude. Let's go, Austin.
Strike called. The News Channel 5 shows up. Everybody keeps moving here. They can't hold up Channel 5. Comebacker to Tabor. Fires to Macy for the out. Nothing across for the Eagles. They are scoreless through 3. Going to the bottom of the third. It's 3-0 Crown Point. Again, we're going to leave at 6 p.m. It's now 5:17, so we've got a little bit more of this game to cover. Don't go away. Cleanup man John Spalding, the center fielder, at the plate to start the bottom half of the third. Section 7 Class D Championship. May 31st, 2012. That's hit to the left side and foul. Strike 1. I think it's the Class B girls final is going on right now as we're recording this. This is the only final game we're going to get of the 6 baseball softball games. Strike 2. Chazy's boys are the only local team for us in our Channel 24 viewing area that is participating in any of the finals, although there was a Beekmantown nice grab by Botten, the shortstop. Botten backpedaling all the way, made a nice catch. Beekmantown was involved, I believe, in their finals. It was not at a time that we could make it. Now we got Gabe Macy, the shortstop. Fouled it off his foot. So that's strike 1. Did he go? Did not go. Beagle checking with Kowalski. Kowalski says nope. On the ground to the left side. Just barely got him. Just barely got him. Botten firing to Reba for the out. And just barely got Macy. Now Jace Spring, the second baseman. Spring's the only one who's in season today. We're still 3 weeks away from summer. Strike. You got 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Nobody on here in the third inning. It's hit into left field. Good effort by Kennedy, but wasn't quite able to come up with it. So a 2-out single for Jace Spring puts a Panther on board. And Dan Groshen's the third baseman in the batter. And a pitch from Bissonette, foul back, strike 1, and that nice cement backstop brings it right back. Right back. That's everybody should have a backstop like that, but you don't want it too close to you. That's on the ground to Bissonette. Bissonette snares it. Goes to first to Reba. Nothing across, 4 up, 3 down for the Panthers after 3 full. It's 3-0 Crown Point, leading Chazy here on viewer-supported hometown cable. I sure hope nobody comes along and bumps into Kenny Drake's camera here.
Now batting number 8, Michael O'Neill.
It might end up in several pieces. Top of the fourth, we're in one of those important half-inning situations here with Chazy trailing by 3 and sending up their number 3, 4, and 5 hitters, the meat of their batting order. So this is an important inning here for both teams. Mike Ariba, the batter, takes it high for ball 1 to start things in the top half of the fourth. Ball 2 in the dirt. 0-2 the count.
Be selected, Mike. Be selected.
And the pitch. Hit to short. Macy to Macy. And Reba is out. It goes from Gabe to Tanner and the Macy family. And we got 1 out. And Nate Reynolds, the center fielder, is the batter.
Now batting number 7, Nathan Reynolds.
He scored 29 runs yesterday, but they've yet to score 1. Over the last 2 games, they're averaging 14.5 runs. But they all came yesterday, so not as impressive as it may sound. They've been averaging, allowing the other team 3. As Indian Lake, Long Lake scored 3 yesterday, and the Panthers have scored 3. So Reynolds is on, and Jacob Kennedy, the third baseman, is the batter. He takes a strike right down the middle. Craig Botten, shortstop, is on deck. At 5:26, 34 minutes from now, I got to be in my car and out of here. Heading for Peru for the Langlois Racine dance recital I'm committed to. That's inside ball. There's a throw to second, and he's out. He is out. A big play. Big play there as Duchesne fires to second. And they get the out. So here's Kennedy. Swing and a miss at a high one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Foul ball, just got a piece of it. Count holds at 1-2. And the pitch. High, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the fourth. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, drop third strike, and he is tagged out. And Duchesne continues to be gimpy-legged out there, and he's battling his way through this. It is halfway through the game, and our score is Crown Point, the number 1 seeded unbeaten team, 3, and defending champions, nothing here on viewer-supported hometown cable.
Number 9, Joe Foot.
Left fielder Joe Foot will lead it off for Crown Point. Bottom half of the fourth. Starting the second half of the ball game. Crown Point leading 3-0 against Chazy. Bissonette winds, delivers. It's chopped back to Bissonette. It's going to be trouble. Everybody avoided that ball. Bissonette couldn't get to it, and it looks like it got under the fingertips of Kennedy. Not sure. I think we'll call it a base hit for Foot.
Now batting number
Foot
18,
is on
Rob
board,
Macy.
and Robbie Macy, the right fielder, steps in now. Top of the order on deck. Crown Point already leading this one 3-0. Pitch, strike.
Come on, Robbie, swing that shit. Let's go. Come on. You're up, hit it.
Chip Cummings Field on the campus of SUNY Plattsburgh. Fortunate to have the facilities at Plattsburgh State to use for hockey, and basketball, and baseball, and the other side of those trees, softball is going on. So these facilities are utilized. This ball is a ball, and ball pops out of the fingers of Santor. Well, it's a man at second with a 1-1 count on Robbie Macy. And pitch from Bissonette is high and tight. 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. In play to the left side. And the ball hit in front of him. Foot did not advance, so good play there by third baseman Kennedy.
Now batting number
Firing to
10,
Reba for the out. Top of the order now, and it's Tanner Macy, the first baseman. Man in scoring position, 1 out. Pitch from Bissonette is swung on. Strike 1, almost like Macy was handcuffed on that one. Like 2. Take 3 looking. Bissonette gets Macy to look, get ball 3, strike 3. And now the Panther pitcher, Nate Tabor, the batter. 2 outs. Well, man at second in the 4th. Strike 1. Tried to check his swing. Oh, throw to third, and he's going to be out. He is out. He is out. Kennedy putting the tag on while he was going head over heels. Nice throw there by Santor to get him. Panthers thought they'd catch the Eagles sleeping. So it turns out to be a 3-up, 3-down inning, and we'll have the number 2 hitter leading off the bottom of the 5th. Right now we're going to the top of the 5th. It's still 3-0 Crown Point over Chazy. Craig Button is going to lead off things for Chazy, and he's going to lead it off with a base hit here in the 5th inning. A base hit into right center field. Hit the ball well last time up there. Trying to get himself a base hit. And now we got Alec Lapeer, left fielder. 3-0 Crown Point, Section 7 Class D championship game. The defending champions trailing the unbeaten Panthers of Crown Point. Oh, look at the dust. Wind is whipping up again at the moment. Breeze is caught by those trees on the other side of that flag. He went around, he offered, but didn't get him anywhere near it. So that's 0-2 on the pier. Averill on deck with Gay in the hole. That's high, 1-2. 5:37 here, so we're getting close to our departure time. Ball 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. In the 5th, here's the pitch from Tabor, ball 3. So after an 0-2 count, we've got a 3-2 count. Nate Tabor on the pitching rubber. Strike 3. Up here goes down swinging. We have 1 out. And we got pinch hitter. We got Justin Roy stepping into bat. He's batting for Nick Averill. I assume he's been announced. That's high.
Let's go, Justin. Come on, buddy. Come through, kid. Come on, Justin. Go, buddy. Come on. All right. Let's go, one.
Strike. 1-1 to count.
Let's go, Justin. Come on, Justin. Go, one.
Hit to first. It'll be unassisted put out. For the first soccer, Tanner Macy. Roy putting it in play. And now we've got Hayden Gay, the second baseman, due up. What happened here? Roy wasn't announced, I don't think. So I don't know. It never reported in. So is the play count? Is it an automatic out and the runner goes back to first? Not sure if umpire Beagle is going to confer with his compatriots. That's what's happening right now. They're going to decide whether it was a automatic out and the runner does not advance. Either way, he is out, but we're about to find out what Rick Smith thinks, and it looks like everybody will stay where they are.
All right, hit it. Here we go. Hit it. Come on, hit it.
So Hayden Gay will step in for Chazy. 2 outs and a man in scoring position. Top of the 5th. Pitch from Tabor is taken for a strike. Strike 2. 0-2. In tight, 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a well-hit ball to center field, but it's going to be caught. Chazy's had a couple of well-hit balls, and a couple of them right at the defense. That was an example. Right to John Spalding. He hauls it in for the out, and Chazy is scoreless through 5. We're going to the bottom of the inning. It's 3-0 Crown Point over the Eagles. first ball hitting here. You never hit a first pitch leading off an inning here when I'm chatting with folks. We're in the bottom of the fifth, and first ball hitting and out was Nick Tabor.
Batting number 13, Mike Duchesne.
And I'll bring up Mike Duchesne. Like Kenny Drake's heading for that 6 o'clock newscast there. Snuck out during the 5 o'clock newscast to take some pictures and heading back for the 6 o'clock news. That's a base hit through the left side. Chazy had about 6 of those yesterday. He wobbles in here. Not sure if they can use a courtesy runner in baseball the way they do in softball. Duchesne definitely limping here. And softball, you can use a courtesy runner for your pitcher. Speed up rule, use for your pitcher or catcher.
Now batting number 5, John Spalding.
Here's John Spalding. Apparently they cannot because I don't think they'd leave him in otherwise. Play should be at first. Just in time. Certainly would not have had a chance for 2. So Botten firing to Reba for the out. It advances the limping Duchesne to second base. And Gabe Macy, the shortstop, will step in. And the pitch from Bissonette is taken for a strike. Bottom half of the fifth. 3-0 ball game. Ball. This game going fast, but not as fast as last year. Last year I was able to get the final out before I had to depart. Tonight I will not be able to get that final out. That's strike 2. Pitch from Bissonette is strike 3. Top third strike, and he is out as Macy heads for the dugout. It is 3-0 Crown Point. We're heading for the top of the 6th here on viewer-supported hometown cable.
See the bats going, boys. Top of the order. Let's go.
Top of the order up for Chazy in the 6th inning. Another one of them important innings, and you get down to the 6th inning. 6th, 7th. You can't help but be important. Foul tip, strike 1. 3-0 Crown Point, looking to become the 2012 Section 7 Class D champions. They're unbeaten on the year, number 1 seeded. And they're going against number 2 team, the defending champions, Chazy. Tabor pitching a shutout thus far. It's hit to second, toward the first, in time. So center is out. Ball went from Spring to Macy. Kyle Bissonette. Chazy pitcher at the plate. And a pitch to him is a pitch to second. And we have 2 down. So 2 up, 2 down, nothing across. Whoops, took 2 down. 1 more to bat here. We're not giving up in this inning just yet here. Michael Ruba, first baseman. I was going to say nothing across so far. That's what I was going to say, I guess. Strike 1. Tabor looking for a fast inning here. Got less than 2 minutes in this inning thus far. That's way high. Moving on deck now is Nate Reynolds. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's hit back to Tabor. over to Macy. 3 up, 3 down. Nothing across for Chazy. We're going to the 6th here in this 3-0 ball game.
Number 1, Jason Spring.
It is the bottom of the 6th. And Jace Spring is leading off for Crown Point. They're leading 3-0. And it's 9 minutes before 6, so this may or may not be our last half inning. We may not even complete the half inning if it turns into a long half inning. That magic concrete wall did not bounce it back to the catcher that time. Pitch from Bissonette. It's high. The count is 2 balls and no strikes. In tight. Ball 3. 3-0. Groshen's on deck with foot in the hole. It's fouled. Green light on the 3-0. We got 3-0 here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, Section 7 Class D championship game. And the pitch. That's ball 4. So that's going to make it a base runner to lead off the Crown Point half of the 6th. And Dan Groshans is at the plate.
Now batting number 3, Dan Groshan.
Here's the pitch. Ball. Throw to first.
Yeah.
Throw gets away. And he's going to head for third. That's the second base runner to advance on, at least the second that comes to mind, to advance on pickoff attempts. Nobody out. There's a pitch from Bissonette. It's fouled off the screen. Need one of those tennis fellows that runs out and gets the ball. Six minutes to 6. Ball must have been off the plate. It was right at belt buckle height. 2 balls and a strike. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Middle, that's going to be run number 4, easily crossing. That's a base hit RBI single for Dan Groshans, the third baseman. Now Joe Foote will step in. Foote, the left fielder.
Now batting number 9, Joe Foote.
Ball. There's a strong possibility, the way things are going, that I will not finish this half inning. A strong possibility. Strike. Bunted. through the glove and off the top of the glove. That would be an E3. That was a good throw. Bissonette a little high, but certainly not a bad throw. Just should have been caught. So it's runners at the corners. And Joe, oh, that was Foot. This is Groshen's. Foot is on board. Runners at the corners. Nobody out. Panthers in a potential really big inning here. There's a bunt. It's going to be fair. Was he running in foul territory? We're going to assume he was. Gets the runner in from third. There's one out. 5-0 the score now. Man at second base. And it gets us to the top of the Crown Point batting order with one out and a man in scoring position and 2 runs already in. It gets away and we're going to have a man at third base. Throw goes into left field. There's a throw to the plate and he's going to score. He's going to score. And it's now a 6-0. Let's see. Yep, 6-0. 6-0. I think we can stick around for a couple more minutes. We've got 6 minutes. We'll be arriving in 3 minutes here. So 6 hours, 6 o'clock and 3 minutes. That's fouled off. And so it'll definitely be our last half inning. So we will not see Chazy in the top of the 7th. Knocked down by Bissonette. Over to Reba. Bissonette sticking with it. That's 2 down. And the batter will be the pitcher, Nate Tabor.
Number 12, Nate Tabor.
Tabor up. Pitch from Bissonette. Ball. The ball bounces all the way to the backstop. And the pitch. Strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Strike 2. Bissonette had 0 and 2, 1 and 2. 1 and 2 the count. 2 outs. That's high. Ball 2. 2 and 2. Ball 3. I think Tabor will be our last batter that we see here. We have that commitment to the dancers. That's fouled. I have that commitment. Well, we have to be there. Full count, payoff pitch. Grounded up the middle, base hit. That's a base hit. And Mike Duchesne is going to step in, but we're going to step out of here. We have to head for Peru for Langlois Racine dance recital. And we'll try to give you the final results here in just a second.
How about number 15, Mike Duchesne?
The Panthers scored a total of 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Final score was 7-0. Crown Point, the only team to beat Chazy this year. Crown Point, the 2012 Section 7 Class D baseball champions.